Hey, real quick before we get started, if you're attending Battle Hour 2025, stick around till the very end of the video, or skip ahead, I don't care. I have a really cool teaser for a video that I will be shooting while I'm there. And even if you're not going, stick around so you can watch it some days after Battle Hour 2025 concludes. Okay, now to continue with your irregularly scheduled Veggie Boy programming. Hello, I am the Veggie Boy. Or should I say this time I am the Great Saiyaman! And this is my at the time girlfriend and now, spoiler alert, fiance,
the Great Saiya Woman!
This is a new series I want to have on the channel, which is basically a story time type of series about my life experiences, which I will be dubbing Veggie's Tales. Get it. Veggie Boy and Veggie Tales. I have a few of these types of videos already in production. By that I mean they're written out, but that's it. I wanted to kick the series off with a tale that is very near and dear to my heart, and that's how I proposed to my girlfriend at Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour 2024. I will be providing some backstory that leads up to the proposal, but if you just want to hear about the proposal itself, I have chapters enabled as always, and I will either have the raw proposal video at the very end or in its own separate video, I don't know, we'll see. So I was dead set on proposing to her at Battle Hour 2024 basically since the moment it was announced, and we decided to attend. This is because our anniversary technically falls on 2 days. It was January 26th for me when she asked me out, and it was January 27th for her, so we get 2 days for anniversary. And then with the last day of Battle Hour falling on the 28th, which was also like the main day of Battle Hour, I knew what I had to do, let me tell you. I wanted to do it in cosplay really bad, so I kind of played it off as like me just wanting to be extra, like, oh, we're going to LA, we have to cosplay, blah blah blah. But in reality, I knew that like nothing could top proposing to her as her favorite DB ship at a DB event that we love very much and have been attending for the 2 years that it's been held in real life. But I had no idea how the fuck to even like make a Great Saiyaman cosplay. I like exhausted any options I possibly had. I went on cosplay Reddit, I asked other people for help, and like it was looking pretty desperate. I got what I could off of Amazon and like did alterations to that and shit, but like what was really killing us was the tunic, the cape, and the helmet. So luckily for us, we sought the help of a cosplay teacher, Jess Roth, here in Vegas. He runs a cosplay school that you should absolutely check out if you ever have the chance. He is a professional, like, just seamstress, seam maker. I don't know the proper terms. I just know what he taught me. He's like pretty professional when it comes to just designing anything in general, clothes, cosplays. He's a really cool guy. Also, this isn't sponsored. I just figured I'd give him a shout out. And with lots of blood, sweat, and let me tell you, a shit ton of fucking caffeine, our cosplays were still incomplete by the time Battle Hour weekend was upon us. It's the classic tale of, oh shit, our cosplays aren't gonna be ready until like an hour before the event we're planning to attend. So anyway, we ended up having to do the finishing touches in our hotel room, and by that I mean it was largely Azzy doing the work while I was at Battle Hour on the morning of the first day. The ring was bought and our trip was set. We were off to LA for Battle Hour weekend. On day 1 I got lucky and had to be there early since I entered the Fighters LQC. Not that I'm any good at Fighters, I just really wanted the free shirt that you get when you pay to be in the LQC. This is when I began to set my plan into motion. I first went over to the information booth, and the woman working there was actually all aboard with wanting to help me out. My main plan was to get permission from the event organizers and propose to her on stage. I really wanted to do it on stage because during Battle Hour there are a lot of intermissions, so like the stage isn't being used by anyone. So, might as well let me do my thing, thank you. So basically they sent my requested information up the chain of command, and it was just a matter of waiting, which really fucking sucked. This was really agonizing because basically for the whole first day I had to constantly get rid of Azzy and sneak off to the information booth, ask how it was coming along, the whole like superhero Peter Parker type shit where I gotta go sneak off and act a little douchey just to do something that's like needed. Shit had me feeling like the actual Great Saiyaman, sneaking off to get shit done. The second day came along and I was fully prepared. Even though I knew she would say yes, which like, I'm not trying to like sound full of myself, it's just like if you're in a long committed relationship, they're gonna say yes, but it's still fucking scary as all shit, dude. Like, man, I had my heart in my throat, feeling like I was gonna throw it all up the whole time. Like, I'm talking like my heart pouring out my mouth with like my intestines and shit. Like, it is scary. Unfortunately, at some point during the day, the information woman told me that Toei and Shueisha did not approve my request for proposing on stage even during an intermission, but I was still welcome to do it anywhere on the convention hall. And you know, I get it, if they allow me to do it, then anybody should get a free pass. But like, I mean, how many people are like fully cosplayed, happen to be at Battle Hour on the weekend they plan to propose, you know? Like, come on, Shueisha. But I get it. Anyway, I was still fully set on proposing. And so, after ditching her for a bit, I took some friends and family over by the information booth and got all the cameras set up, and it went a little like this.
As my dreams say alive! I can't get this out, but it'll come out eventually! Woo! Come on! There we go! Yeah! Let's go!
So months before Battle Hour even happened, after it had been announced, I noticed he had really started planning like this super in-depth trip with all of our friends to go to Battle Hour, and we had planned to do it in couples cosplay because it that wasn't too out of the ordinary. That was something we had talked about before, and I remember talking to my dad and I was like, I wonder if he's going to propose because he's making a really big deal out of this. Like, he wants all of our friends there and we're like hand making our cosplays for this. But then months passed and I didn't really think of it too much, and we were so busy leading up to the actual event of Battle Hour that we did not have time to think about it. And I was actually kind of cranky about my cosplay, I'm not gonna lie. The material that we had used for my tunic, I hated it. It was uncomfortable, it didn't sit right. Like, it looked good in pictures, but it just did not sit right and I didn't like it. That Sunday, the 2 days after our anniversary, I did not want to dress up. But something, I wasn't even thinking proposal, which is so weird because I literally dreamt him proposing to me the night before that it happened. Like, the way it happened, kind of how it happened, almost exactly how it went down. I dreamt it, but we were too busy that morning for me to tell him about it. We just didn't have, time to talk. We were getting ready, and I almost didn't want to wear my cosplay because I was just so overwhelmed and tired and cranky. But I was like, whatever, I'll keep it on for a little bit and I'll bring a change of clothes and I'll change into it later in the day. It's like something in me, against my own will, decided that, but I still wasn't thinking proposal. So it's just really weird. We make jokes all the time about us like being connected, like in our brains, but so weird for me to have dreamt the whole thing before it happened. Almost exactly how it went down.
After I proposed and everything, the main announcer of the event, Matthew Masaru, super cool guy by the way, came up and congratulated us. But it's funny because at first, like, obviously we kissed after I proposed, you just saw the clip, but he came up to us like thinking that we were just like making out as like the Great Saiyan Man and Great Saiyan Woman. He was like, get a room, you guys. And everybody was like, oh, but they just proposed. And then he, like, the expression on his fucking face was priceless, dude. Like, his eyes like wide open. It's like, you proposed? But yeah, that was really funny. He wanted to see if he could at least get us like a shout out or something at some point during the event, being like, oh, and by the way, we have newly engaged Great Saiyan Man and Woman. But unfortunately, Shueisha and Toei also said no to that, so thanks a lot. We lucked out with photos though. If you attended Battle Hour 2024 and were wearing any sort of Dragon Ball paraphernalia, they held a big group photo shoot in which they offered to take some professional photos for us, which was absolutely amazing. Like, I get to propose And I get free engagement pictures. And yeah, that's basically how it all went down. Started dating on the 26th, 27th, got engaged on the 28th, and we know we absolutely want to get married on January 29th. Years still pending. The cool thing about all this is our anniversaries are going to end up being like 4-day long celebrations. Hey, it's me again. So as I mentioned earlier, if you're attending Battle Hour 2025, Great Salmon 1 and 2 will be there on both days. So pull up and say hi. Catch them on the second day and they will be handing out some cool prizes absolutely for free. There will be a short form video where I go into the specifics of it all sometime soon. So make sure you're subscribed or following me on Twitter and or TikTok, as those 3 platforms are what the short video will release on. Okay, bye-bye.